What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're taking a look at Humankind running on GeForce now, and to be honest, this is a game that really wasn't on my radar until I started playing it. A turn-based game like this just typically wouldn't click with me, but I gotta be honest, I'm enjoying my time, but it's also been years since I've gotten into something like this, so, you know, maybe my taste have changed as well, but yeah, it's definitely a game I'm enjoying, and I've been playing it almost exclusively on GeForce now. It's just been running really well. Now, let's take a look at the rig that we got real quick here. So, Alt Control F6 for those of you who don't already know. You can pull up the old school menu up here, and you can see what rig you're on. And we're on the RTX 2060 right now, and we are, of course, 1080p 60 on our stream. Now, if we want to, you can also hit Control N, and this will give you kind of that new layout that they're working on for GFN with your network, your ping, your stream, packet loss, available bandwidth, and your resolution, server location, that type of thing. So you can get a little bit of information, and if you're having problems, this can also help you with that as well. One of the biggest things for people, if you're having a lot of stuttering issues and it's not a game issue, you know, start adjusting your bit rate down and working on things. You may even have to drop your resolution to 720 if your internet's having an issue, but tools like this can help you get into that. So let's get rid of that stuff and let's get into the more fun stuff here. So quick into the settings. We've got video, full screen, 1080. All this is off for now, keeping our frame rate open, and then we are on good. So you can go beautiful, but as you get farther into bigger maps and with a lot more going on, the frame rate dips are a lot more often, and your map does get more stuttery. And fantastic, it can be even worse. For me, so far, good, which is also the default, happens to be a great place. It looks fantastic, and I don't have any issues with stuttering around or having a lot of problems with stuff. So I'm going to stick with good. I recommend that, but hey, give it a shot. Play around with the settings. That's one great thing about GeForce now. You can kind of play around like you would on your PC. Now in here, depending on what you choose in the beginning to have tutorials or not, you can always come into your gameplay options and click those on or off. That's something that you're going to want to be able to do, because you'll probably want to start with tutorials, but they do tend to be a lot sometimes, and once you kind of get the hang of things, you might be better off just watching the videos, which I'll show you that as well. Now if you go into extras, they have a tutorials tab right here, and there's a lot of different videos in here because there is a lot to this game. And this will help you if you're having any kind of problems. And there's also a lot of fantastic videos already up on YouTube. I was getting into some last night where guys were talking about strategy and stuff, and there's really a lot to dig into. In the overview here for your avatar, you can choose a preset. You can adjust all of those things, and that's what I did. I actually picked this guy right here, and then I turned him into that guy. So you can make a lot of different options for your avatar. Let's see, what else can we do here? We have our AI persona. So some of these are locked right now, but you'll be unlocking these, and you can go in and you can change the different attributes here and really affect your game. Now, I haven't gotten deep into this stuff yet. I'm really just been scraping the surface of Humankind since last night. So, but yeah, there's a lot that you can dive into with that. You've got a trophy system, which should be a lot like achievement system for in-game. Pretty cool. And what I want to do is I'm going to actually take us into a new game. This game's at 22 turns. I'm not very deep. This is something I was playing around with last night. And typically, from my understanding, games will be won between 150 and 300 turns typically. More often between 200 and 300 typically, depending on how players are playing. But you're always playing against either AI, offline mode, or real players online mode. Now in offline mode, that game can save and you can continue it for the long term, but in an online mode, you're going to need to play through that game against the other players. So we are going to stick with our AI mode, and let's see. No, let's see what we got here. Okay, let's go small. To start off with, we're just going to jump on a small map for a minute. One continent makes it a little bit easier just for playing around. We'll do 3 competitors on small. Let's see what happens with that. Pace, normal, difficulty, Hamlet. It's not going to matter for the purposes of this video, but you do have all these different difficulties that you can go through here. There's a peaceful mode, so you can actually basically have the AI very non-aggressive. I'm just going to leave that as is. I don't think we're going to go far enough to get into that anyway. I just want to show a little bit of the game to you guys, and that indeed it is running really well on GeForce now. So I think that's what we're going to stick with for that. Yeah, that'll work just to get us in there. So let's start right there. And there becomes a lot more to get into once you're in the game playing too. As you start off as the nomadic tribe, you're gonna evolve in through 6 other ages, and you're gonna get to pick all those different changes as you go. And there's tons of combinations, and each one changes how your game is played and what the outcome could be, what your experience is. Because while you're gonna be replaying this game a lot, it can unfold many different ways. So I'm going to pass any cutscenes so that you guys can see those for yourself and also save us a little bit of time. Alright, so here we are just on our small continent here, our Pangea, just starting out. We've got our nomadic tribe panel right here, all the different things that we're trying to accomplish and work through. Now, I don't want to go through too much of all this because, like I said, on here, on this channel, I don't really do game reviews or overviews, but testing a game like this can be difficult, and it can also be extremely boring to watch because there's not a lot going on. But do my best to kind of talk about the game and the performance to at least have the video be decent. But you can see here as I want to grab the map and pan around, even though we don't have a lot going on yet, things are staying nice and smooth. I can zoom in and things work really well. And this is why I stick with the beautiful or the good setting, because even on the larger maps and with more going on, I tend to have better luck and better experience with that. So we'll pick our guys right here. We'll start searching for you know, you're gonna start searching for food and stuff at first. Pick a direction to kind of head out, and once you go through those turns, I'm just going to do this kind of quickly to show you, you'll just be ending turn. Now as we get farther into the game, a lot more starts to happen during these turns, but of course we're just a tiny little tribe walking around right now, and once I end that turn, we're good to go again here. So don't know if I want to continue that way. You know, let's head down this way and see what we see. Maybe we'll find, there's some food. That's what we want to start with, because we want to create more of these little tribes, and we're going to want those before we change our tribe later, our era, because once you do, you won't be able to duplicate these guys like this anymore with food. These guys you can duplicate with just food. So here we are at another end turn. We'll do that, and now we can move around again. We'll just kind of keep heading this way for now and see what we see down here. Oh, we might go back and get that discovery. You can actually stop their movement in the middle. Like if you click somewhere else in the middle, they won't get their turns back, but you can like start that movement again. But I'll go back and get that probably. Let me head down this way. See if we see any more food, or if we're at the end of the continent. There we go. And at first, this is all we're really doing, is I'm on the search for food. Oh, there's some up there and right there. There we go. All right, now you see that right there, we've got another tribe. So if I click these guys and I right click over here, there we go. I've separated them into 2 separate tribes, little groups here that can work for me. And these guys actually get all their turns now. It's not end turn anymore, so I can start heading my way down and be closer to grab this other food. See what else we see down here. We'll probably keep those guys headed that way. What do we got? And okay, so when it doesn't end turn and your armies are all done, if you click your turn button, you'll get like kind of like something that you need to pick or choose before you can end your turn. So we're going with grind for this one. All right, now we're turn 6, so we'll grab this food. All right, and I think I'll have these guys head this way. See what's over here. As long as we don't get into combat with anything, we should be all right to start with. Okay, those guys are out of turns. Let's go get this curiosity. Can we reach that from here? No. We'll work our way around, see what else we see. All right. And turn. Now, somewhere on this map, too, the AI is taking turns with me as well. And you will run into them, and it becomes a whole other thing. Or you could be playing online and have that happen as well. So let's grab this curiosity.
You could learn what killed them.
This gives us science and stars, and we need these stars, this influence, because you can't build buildings or expand or do anything without influence. You've got to have it. Growth stars for population. This is the knowledge stars. This is where we need to gain those science parts. And the hunter stars for hunting animals and that type of thing. So these are things we need to be working on to level up. And these are the 2 other tribes out here that we have not met yet. So we'll just keep heading out this way, see what else we can find. I do want to grab those 2 curiosities, but I wanted to see what else is up there. I'm not going to try to just make the best decisions in this game, because it's not what I'm going to play through anyways. This is more just to show you guys what's going on, and also just really wanting to show the performance. And as a matter of fact, I'll bring this back up for you so you can see while I'm in game what we have here for our bandwidth and our stream and our ping, and really honestly just everything feels good. And that's another thing about a game like this. It may not be like a first-person shooter where, you know, you're wanting the high frame rates and the fast low latency and that type of thing, but when you're clicking around and you're wanting to accurately do things, and as this game evolves and you're getting really busy and you're moving around the maps quickly, it's very important that the latency is on point and that the game stream is clean and that everything works well. And as you can see in here, I mean, the bitrate is great. There's no pixelation. This thing looks super clean. The movement, getting around, even though this is a small map, and I'll take us to another one if I can, but it's been running really well. And last night I was on a much bigger map playing, and I had a couple of cities and like 6 tribes walking around and stuff, and it stayed running this well. So just talking from the performance side of things, it's been really good for me on GeForce now. So let's end that turn. What's my best way? You know what? We're just going to go ahead and make our way down here, because it's going to annoy me if I don't grab these, even though I don't care. I do care. You know what I mean? So go down here. So what you want to do now, these guys have yet another. So check this out. We're actually going to split again. Ready? Here we go. Split these guys. Now I've got 3. They still have a move left. They're getting close to. So what I want to do is just have a few of these, and you do want some that have 2 or 3 warriors in there, or whatever the main. I forget what the main character. This count is your actual character count for that, and you want that to be 2 or 3 if you're fighting like a mammoth or deer, or you know, there's a lot to those mechanics when you get into all of that. So I'm surprised we haven't seen any animals yet. I usually run into something by now, so that's interesting. Let's end that turn. Let's grab this. Let's turn off these metrics. I want to see if... Oh, here we go. We're able to now do a colony, or claim a territory to make an outpost. And again, while I don't want to get into too much of the game mechanics and stuff itself, you can see these numbers for our food and our production there. And those are what you're really going to care about when you're picking a place to drop down your colony or your outpost. And then you'll be upgrading that, and that will become your city, and you'll have multiple of these outposts around. So we'll try to drop one of those down here in a minute before we end the video. Where else can we go searching here? Since we got these 2 guys ready to go, we'll kind of span out a little bit, see what we find. I do want to start establishing some colonies, because these white lines are like the borders of different areas. So if I plop a colony over here, you know, I can't get past here with like my resources. Now if I drop a colony here inside of this, I can attach the 2, and this border goes away and it becomes a bigger border. And that's where you want multiple colonies getting attached to each other, helping each other out, and making your territory larger. Kind of the idea with that. So all right, Let's see, click here, and I do have, I'll go chase. And we've got ourselves another tribe because of choosing chase. So these guys, I'm actually going to send, it looks like this ended. There might be some more land down here. So I probably would send these guys this way again. And now we're on turn 10. Now keep in mind, this game can take quite a while because, like I said, most games are going to run you between 150 to 300 turns or so. Now, I'm not going to worry about great placement here. I just want to throw down an outpost so that you guys can see it happen. So we'll go over here. We'll throw down this outpost. It'll be building. And you can see here it's going to take 5 turns. So... And like I said, in each one of these little areas, I'm going to kind of want to build me a colony and eventually attach those together. So we'll be able to get more food down here. And I think you guys probably see where this is going. And if you're used to this kind of game anyway, you already know what's up here and what's going on. And if not, hopefully this video not only gives you an idea of how well the game will run on GFN, but also, you know, kind of how the game is going to work. This is by no means even an intro tutorial. If you go watch a real like intro video on YouTube for this game, there's a ton of information that you can get even just in the first few turns. I'm just trying to keep it basic and talk about the game while showing you guys the performance here. And I think one last thing we'll do, just so I can show it to you, let me, oh, we had a big frame rate dip there. Did you see that? It's coming back now. That was interesting. All I did was go down there and grab that food, maybe because we uncovered some more of the map. And that's going back to my point of be careful raising your settings just because you're on a 2060C rig past the good. Because a game like this does start to eat resources. And you can see as I started to open up more of the map now, our frame rate is tending to want to dip down on us a little bit there. And we're definitely having some issues when it comes to this area of the map. So keep an eye on that kind of stuff and don't just assume that you're able to max out the settings in every game just because you're in the cloud or you're on GeForce Now. You really do need to tweak those settings, and oftentimes the default winds up what you go back to get things smooth. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. There's a ton to do here. If I stay here and keep building outposts and stuff, we're going to be here forever, but I think you kind of get the idea. Take your time, enjoy the game. It's running great on GFN if you're thinking about playing it here. It's a great place to play the game. I don't have any controller support. I do believe this is a mouse and keyboard only game. So, you know, no matter what device you're playing on, you're going to need to have either a wired or a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard ready to go, as far as I know. But yeah, other than that, though, I think it's running really well, and I'm really starting to enjoy the game itself. It's something I haven't gotten into in years, and I'm definitely enjoying my time with it. I'm definitely going to play a lot more Humankind, and probably mostly on GeForce Now. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. As always, I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, and leave me your comments below. Are you playing Humankind, and where are you playing it? All right, thanks again for coming to watch. I'll see you guys in the next one.